Kenneth Wright MacAskill for the Edinburgh Eastern, formerly Edinburgh East and Musselburgh, constituency from 2007 to 2016. A former member of the Scottish National Party, he previously represented the Lothians region from 1999 to 2007. On the 27th of March 2021, MacAskill defected from the SNP to the Alba Party. MacAskill studied law at the University of Edinburgh and worked as a solicitor and was a senior partner in an Edinburgh law firm. Before being elected to the Scottish Parliament in 1999, he was a long-standing member of the SNP's National Executive Committee and has served as National Treasurer and Vice-Convener of Policy. He was convener of the Scottish Parliament Subordinate Legislation Committee and Shadow Minister for Justice. Following the SNP's victory in the 2007 Scottish Parliament election, MacAskill was appointed as Cabinet Secretary for Justice in the Scottish Government. In this role, he oversaw the controversial transfer of convicted terrorist Abdelbaset al-Maghrahi to his native Libya. MacAskill left office in November 2014 in the cabinet reshuffle which followed the appointment of Nicola Sturgeon as First Minister of Scotland. After standing down at the 2016 Scottish Parliament election, MacAskill was elected as Member of Parliament for East Lothian at the 2019 general election, gaining the previously Labour-held seat from Martin Whitfield. MacAskill was born in Edinburgh and was educated at Linlithgow Academy before studying law at the University of Edinburgh. After completing his training at a firm in Glasgow, he set up Erskine MacAskill. He came to prominence inside the SNP through his activities in the left-wing 79 group and became a party office bearer. In the 1980s he led the Can't Pay, Won't Pay campaign in opposition to the poll tax. It was widely known that he often disagreed politically with Alex Salmond, leader of the SNP through the 1990s, and he was at one stage viewed as belonging to the SNP fundamentalist camp, being perceived to be allied to figures such as Jim Sillars and Alex Neil within the party. After MacAskill became on MSP in 1999 upon the establishment of the Scottish Parliament as a regional list member for the Lothians, he moderated his political position, seeing the development of the Scottish Parliament as the most achievable route for Scotland to become an independent nation-state. In this respect he was regarded as having adopted a gradualist approach to Scottish independence in place of his previous fundamentalist position. He was one of former SNP leader John Swinney's closest supporters. In 1999 MacAskill was detained in London before the Euro 2000 second leg playoff match between Scotland and England on suspicion of being drunk and disorderly. As he was not charged with any crime, the incident did not affect his position within the SNP and he won re-election at the 2003 election. In 2004, after John Swinney stood down as SNP party leader, Kenny MacAskill backed the joint leadership ticket of Alex Salmond and Nicola Sturgeon. He had initially intended to stand for deputy leader himself on a joint ticket with Nicola Sturgeon, who would have sought the leadership. He gave way when Salmond reconsidered his earlier decision not to seek re-election to the leadership. Upon their election as leader and deputy leader respectively, MacAskill was selected to be the SNP's deputy leader in the Scottish Parliament, making him the shadow deputy First Minister. MacAskill authored a book, Building a Nation Post-Devolution Nationalism in Scotland, which was launched at the SNP's 2004 annual conference in Inverness. He has since edited another book, Agenda for a New Scotland, Visions of Scotland 2020, and has co-authored Global Scots Voices from Afar with former First Minister Henry McLeish. For the 2007 Scottish Parliament election, MacAskill was top of the SNP's party list for the Lothians region. He stood in the Edinburgh East and Musselburgh constituency, winning that seat from the Scottish Labour Party with a 13.3% swing to give a majority of 1,382. This was the first time the SNP had ever won a parliamentary seat in Edinburgh. After the SNP's victory at the 2007 Scottish Parliament election, MacAskill became the Cabinet Secretary for Justice. One of MacAskill's first acts as a Cabinet Secretary was to lift the ban on alcohol sales at International Rugby Union games held at Murrayfield Stadium. MacAskill also said that the 2007 terror attack on Glasgow Airport was not committed by homegrown terrorists, in that the suspects were not born or bred in Scotland but had merely lived in the country for a period of time. MacAskill won election to a redrawn constituency of Edinburgh Easton in the 2011 Scottish Parliament election, despite notionally facing a deficit of 550 votes. MacAskill won by over 2,000 votes. On the 19th of August 2009, MacAskill rejected an application by Libya to transfer to their custody Abdel Baset al-Magrahi, convicted of the Pan Am Flight 103 bomb that